So the Arch User Repository malware attack keeps getting weirder and weirder as we get a new update in what seems to be spam across the AUR and some package builds, specifically written in Russian, which is an interesting clue. But either way, for those of you unaware and who may have not been following along, recently the AUR got attacked, affecting hundreds of user-maintained packages. Initially, the attackers appeared to have hijacked orphaned or weakly maintained AUR packages and tried to adopt it under attack-controlled accounts. And then they tried to push malicious updates through the package builds. They did this by taking over the abandoned AUR packages, and by targeting them, they went ahead and modified the page build or install files such that you would find in the contents of package build. And in the malicious payloads, they would try to install other packages through npm and bun through a specific package. I believe it was called like atomic lock or something like that. Either way, they tried to steal people's data and credentials, SSH keys, and what have you. As seemingly, when this started, we thought there was around 400 packages that got compromised. And then that quickly grew to 900 with an update on June 12th. Only a few days ago, this started around 4 days ago and has not stopped, in which this post, I do see the number decreasing almost each time I run it, but I feel I should still send the latest list I got. These are 879 packages, and these lists have been helpful to try and make sure that people can check whether or not they've installed or updated one of these packages in the last few days leading up to the attack, in which your system could be compromised. Do a full revoke of your passwords or rotate them, especially if you have emails, SSH keys, any other associated accounts, because they were trying to scan for API tokens, regular tokens, SSH keys, deployment keys, cloud credentials, and much more. Either way, there is an official list, which I'm going to post in the link in the description below, and there's also a command that you can run, which installs a tool and a script that can scan your computer to make sure that these packages do not show up. Again, this is only if you use an Arch-based distribution with access to the AUR, which is known as the Arch User Repositories. It doesn't typically come standard with distros. You have to set it up yourself, so a lot of people are going to be safe, but this is a major deal as 157,000 views in just a few days on this specific note on all the packages that were affected. There's just too many to scroll through right now, but I do want you to know, again, it's going to be in the description below so you can scan through yourself. Anyways, by the end of everything, there's around 1,500 plus packages affected in the thread. And on June 12th, late in the day, I believe that at the moment we deleted all malicious commits we know of, thanks to everyone for reporting the packages, and then they link us to the list that they found. Well, that didn't last long because we had another spiraled event real quick, which I reported on, as the "here we go again" meme really applies here. Here we go again, now with obfuscated code. Well, isn't that fun? What does this mean? Well, just to cover it, they actually found code that was trying to be hidden or a little bit obscured. This right here was some of that obfuscated code that was found. You can see that there's some hex representations of symbols, letters, numbers, what have you. But basically, it was dropping something into the temp folder with bun add and a specific package. I believe it's ACSI-colors here is the package that was secretly getting put onto people's systems. So they were trying another way yet to pull people in to this hack, which really sucked as the team over on the AUR really was scurrying to try and find all the packages that were compromised. Well over 1,500 at that point, and it kept growing, but it did seem like there was some control finally. All until we just got another weird happening. And this is the latest report thread here. Not exactly malicious, but definitely spam. Using the GitHub AUR repo, in all these cases, it adds to bash and ZSH, etc. shell configs to echo spam in Russian on start. Now these hackers seemingly are just trying to have fun as they're mocking people, in which they took over the abandoned AUR packages by modifying install scripts again and appending Russian language spam and profanity messages into user shell startup files, such as .bashrc or .zshrc, or even fish shell configs. And this was reported by Nicholas, who's been using local AI and LLM-based detection bots to try to scan through all packages in the AUR, trying to find even more malicious builds. This seems to be relating to a broader open source supply chain attack, specifically targeting the AUR, which users upload package builds and recipes in order for people to be able to easily install things that may not be available on the official repositories with helpers like Yay or Paru. And we can see the type of problem we have with AUR packages and how malware can be easily introduced. Hopefully this will get fixed in the future. There are ideas already being passed around as to how to protect users. Either way, make sure to check your system if you've been using the AUR, but let's talk about what exactly was posted in Russian. What is the spam? What's the intentions behind this, as it's a bit goofy. So the bot here from Nicholas found a few links and assumed more were coming as for now, and then more and more did come in waves. With over 70 at this point, there's quite a bit, and more keep getting found. Again, they're using the post install function to echo out something. And what are they echoing it out into? Well, let's take a look. Here you go. They're putting it into etcbash.bashrc, zshrc, configfish, and then a script they're calling the Albanian virus 2.sh. Amazing. Why in the world are they doing this? So I went ahead and tried to find the best translation on what was actually said and echoed out into those files. We're going to be reading this as it's almost meme-like, as it starts with "You're an idiot and you're using a shitty Kali distro. Install a normal distro and don't embarrass yourself, or at least don't use AUR for idiots. Be grateful I didn't add any malware to your system, but just made a reminder in the console. Happy Pride Month. Use NoCord, RAC, and co-proxy by Mr. Sugoma. Download the new Albanian virus from Russia." And there you go. It seems very silly, but that's what's being posted, presumably poking fun at people who got affected, which sucks. And people in the forums seem to be going back and forth on whether or not this is actually a Russian native. As some are claiming there is real slang and meme speak inside this, but others are saying it reads too awkwardly and may not actually be written by a native Russian speaker. Either way, it doesn't mean that it actually came from Russia. There are many countries that speak Russian still, but it is still concerning. Clearly some spam and trolling here, but it does expose a serious structural problem with the AUR, as a lot of people are concerned. This is a big attack where attackers did exploit a bunch of orphan packages, and it's breaking the trust barrier of the AUR, in which a lot of people understand that it's just user submitted packages. So how could you really blame anyone? As we see all of these packages affected by this malware, what do we do in the future to detect these kinds of things? As users should definitely trust every AUR package as untrusted code that could potentially run on your machine. This reduces exposure, but what could the AUR do in order to avoid these things in the future? Well, some people are saying lock down the orphan package adoption. Attackers are constantly looking for these orphan packages that have been abandoned because it's really easy to target. So maybe add some extra additional rules in order to make sure that if something is orphaned, that there are a bit more checks before actually getting it to users. There might be a legitimate case to look for stronger identity for maintainers with better standings before they are able to actually introduce something into the AUR. And of course, which has already kind of happened, add automated scanning for dangerous patterns. Things like wget, curl, running Python, Perl, bun, or npm like we've seen in this particular attack. Look for things that are obviously weird when it comes to building packages, and maybe add some diff warnings to the AUR website and its helpers in order to make risky diffs very visible. Anyways, there are many different ways to improve in order to make sure that we don't run into this situation again. If you have an idea, make sure to post it in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, hopefully we're getting closer to being done with this saga, as things do seem to be getting under control, but not without this one last jab with some attacker poking fun at everyone. Either way, it's interesting. Make sure to subscribe below. Share this with someone if they haven't heard about it and they are using an Arch Linux-based distro. It's probably important that they understand what's been happening. Make sure to like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to upgrade your Linux experience, check out starlabs.systems/savvy3, where you can get an extra 3% off these amazing laptops. I personally use one as it's Linux first with no compromises. It comes pre-installed with Linux and has a wonderful premium build. This all comes with Coreboot, which is an open source firmware ideal for people who care about open code, privacy, and performance. Anyways, get your new Linux workstation today, again at starlabs.systems/savvy3. You can also use code savvy3 at the checkout for an extra 3% off.